Welcome, everybody, to another week on Artists on Lockdown. I'm Sal Piacente, your host for this show. I hope everybody had a great week. I hope everybody's keeping safe. And thank you for the wonderful feedback from last week's show. We had a great time, and looking forward to another great episode this week. Well, let's get right into it. I had a gentleman, Kareem, ask me on Facebook about memory, as more requests talking about memory. So this week we're going to talk a little more about memory, which is going to be a big lead-in for a special surprise to come later on. When we talked about memory, he asked me, how does memory pertain in a card game, in a home game? Well,
Sal, we got a little bit of a feedback problem going on.
okay. Start over?
Yeah.
Tell me when.
Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Blame him. That should be fine.
Yeah, we weren't having any of this stuff before we went live. So hold on a second.
Of course not.
All right, let's see if
Ready?
this helps. Say something, Sal.
Testing, 1, 2, testing.
All right, sounds good to me.
Okay, tell me when.
All right, man. Oh, we're live, so let's just jump into it. Sorry, everybody.
We're going to go live. We'll pick up right where we left off again. I'm Sal Piacente, president of Universal Game Protection, and I lecture and I train casinos all over the world, as well as universities, on memory and mnemonics. And that's what we're going to talk a little more about tonight. I had some requests about how memory is used in private games and gambling, which, as you know, both of those topics are a great passion of mine. So one of them was, how is memory used in a card game? Well, if it's a hold'em game, you use memory by knowing your odds. You can use memory by remembering people's tells. So that's one way. If it's a other game, such as in stud, let's say, for example, let's go with 7 card. We'll just do a couple of hands here. So this is one opponent's hands. This is another one. And we'll do one more. So these are the cards. These are my opponent's hands, and I'm sitting over here. Well, this guy has a pair of jacks. He has the best hand so far. So this person is going to fold. We'll put the muck over here. Put it right here. So this person folds. This person, well, doesn't like he has anything worth staying in, so he's going to fold as well. This person, ace king, still nothing with the jacks, so he's going to get out also. So yeah, we'll fold him. So this is my opponent's hand, and I'm sitting over here. Let's say my hand consists of here, pair of fours, and let's go with a pair of eights. Okay, if I look at this hand here right now, I know for a fact this gentleman right here is going to go for a full house. I'm sorry, three of a kind, maybe four of a kind, maybe full house. Don't know. We didn't get the fifth card yet. But if I look at my hand right here, I know it's not worth staying in because with everybody folded, I know both fours are gone. I know the eight of spades is gone. So if we can recall the hands that were folded, I don't remember the whole cards. Well, not that I don't remember them. I never got to see the whole cards. But this person, if you remember the last person to fold, he folded the eight of diamonds. And then after the eight of diamonds was the three of hearts, the ace of spades, and then the king of hearts. This person, we didn't see the whole cards, but this is the five of diamonds, the seven of spades, the four of spades, and the nine of diamonds. The four of spades, the nine of diamonds. And then the third person, this person folded the four of diamonds, the six of spades, the two of club, and the eight of spades. The four of diamond, the six of spades, the two of club, and the eight of spades. So by remembering what everybody folded, you have a great advantage. Now that's just an advantage play. If it's a private game and you're using memory for cheating, then you might be able to do something like this. Let's suppose I'm the dealer, I'm stationary, you're my partner, here's your hand, and we'll put the flop here. So whoever wins, I push the pot. So now when you look down, you look at this hand right here. Three of hearts, ace of spades, five of hearts, king of hearts, three of clubs. If you want to know your whole cards too, you would tell me, Sal, keep those two, depending how many people. There's your king of spades and the jack of hearts. You would remember them. So when I pick these cards up, three of hearts is going to go on top. So now when I do this, you're going to know everybody's whole cards. You're going to know here's a person with the king. This person's going to have the jack. This person, if you want to know the suits, you know, this person was going to have the three of hearts. This is going to be the ace of spades. This is going to be the five of hearts, then the three of clubs. Okay, king of hearts, then the three of clubs. So you would know everyone's whole cards. So these are just some of the ways that you can use for trained memory in a private game, as well as casino, but we'll talk more about that in future episodes. Now, I want to bring on a special guest, Mike Musick. I worked with this gentleman in Western University in Illinois, so we can bring Mike on. Mike, how are you?
Hey!
Mike,
Hi, how you doing?
You want to tell
Good.
everyone a little about yourself?
Been in show business for 50 plus years, and many moons ago, how many years ago did you come and visit us in Macomb, Illinois?
Oh, wow. Memory expert. Here I am.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
do you remember that $20 I loaned you? Do you remember?
No, so that's when memories get poor. No.
No, actually, but now you didn't. How did you remember those cards? What technique did you do to remember the cards in the flop or the cards that were out on those hands?
That's a great question, because someone also asked me a question as well, which I should have addressed. What is the best book on memory? If you can bring up that one picture of my memory collection, this is just a partial picture of my collection.
There's two people. Oh, that one.
That's just some of the bookcases. I didn't take pictures in my basement. I didn't go out to the garage where I got crates. I have literally over 1,000 books just on memory. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is, believe it or not, all those books all have the same methods in it. There is no way you cannot have memory without visualization and association. Everything is done in pictures. So when one gentleman asked me, Sal, what is the best book out there? The first book I'm going to recommend to you is Moonwalking with Einstein. When I competed back in memory competitions back in 2001, believe me, it, it wasn't a big thing. Tony Bazan put the memory competitions out. We met in the Con Edison building in New York City. There was about 12 of us there, and it was good. But then all of a sudden, this book came out by Joshua Foer. And what this book did for the memory world, you would not believe. Now there's organizations, there's competitions worldwide. So this is one book I would highly recommend starting off with, Moonwalking with Einstein. As far as the best book out there, well, you can't get it yet, but this is going to be the best book on memory. This is my book that I'm writing right now. This is just a rough draft. I've been working on this, as you can see, for a number of years, and right now it's almost doubled in size on my computer. But if you want a good start, I would just get online, look up memory training, and there's a bunch of information as well. You feel free to email me as well, and I'll put you in the right direction. But if you want to know how I did it, I turned cards into pictures, and I was able to associate them in my head. Everything I do, I'm doing in pictures.
So now, first off, you blew my mind. You said the memory world. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, believe me, not many people do. But now that we have the International Association of Memory, Kareem, who I believe is in Germany, I'll tell you, if he reached out to artofmemory.com, some of the best memory experts in the world, Simon Reinhardt and Johannes Mallow, who are very proud to call them friends, are the world's leading authorities on memory. They rock with competitions. Alex Mullen in Mississippi memorized a deck of cards in 13 seconds. Suit and value. Mm-hmm. When I was in
competition, I can't even get through a deck of cards in 13 seconds.
If you saw them do it, Mike, you'd be amazed how fast they do it. It's incredible. And it's just, and my father always told me records are only meant to be broken. And that's so true, because when I was in the memory competition, if you memorized a deck of cards in 2 minutes, you were world class. Now, 2 minutes, you're not even going to reach the finals.
Wow.
So it's amazing. Wow. It really is.
Well, okay, now, is everything you do in your show based on memory? Is there any, should I say, tricks involved or magic tricks?
There is some tricks. I won't lie. Matter of fact, I start off with a magic trick, and well, I'll do it. And there's a reason why I do this. Here, let's take out $10 bill. And of course, I'm borrowing the money. So this will be someone else's bill. And then I show the new ways of testing for counterfeit cash. So I show them, if you look at the face.
Hey, I remember, that's my 20.
That's right. Well, you're 10.
Oh, my God. Well,
and that's how you can tell if the bill is real or not.
Very nice.
Okay. But if you want to see if it's real, you pull it out, you show them there's no hole in it, you give it back to them, and they can examine everything.
Very nice.
So that's how I start off, and I explain how it's done. It's the trick. It's a trick pen. This is done with a magnet. You can see the tip comes off and it goes right back on. So I hold the bill. I just break it. It looks like I pierce it. And then when I pull it, it just comes off. I give it back to 10. Now, the reason why I tip it is because, not that I want to give away secrets, but yes, I do a trick, and I tell trickery is the art of deceiving. Everything else is going to be real. But the real reason why he did that is I just wanted to see the bill. I give it back to him, and then much later on, I say, by the way, would you take out your bill? And I can do it for several people. And I would tell them the number on that bill is 605-379-31. Wow.
See, I'm blown away by most of this because I can't even remember my wife's phone number. If it wasn't in my phone, of course, I mean, we stopped putting our effort toward that. Back in the day, when we had home phones and that sort of thing, we actually remembered people's phone numbers.
Oh, that's
because
so
we
cool.
had to.
They just did a study that I have a friend who's a police officer as well, and they tell me that when some people get locked up, they cannot make that one phone call they're allowed to go home because their phone numbers were taken away from when they got locked up. That's where he was going. Socrates thought the worst invention in the world was a pen, was the pencil. He said that was the worst because people are going to rely too much on the written word, and that's how I feel about today's.
Well, I have to do that. I have to do that. That's why I do all my correspondence for contracting via email, because it's written down. It's there. In fact, that's the thing. It's weird too, because when I got this call and you said you want to be on the show, I misheard you. You said artists on lockdown. I thought it was artists in lockup. So I was going to call you, but I didn't have your phone number. It was anyway. But anyway, we've forgotten, how many years ago you came out to Western Illinois University, and it was incredible because I actually saw. It wasn't even a show you did at Association of. Well, they changed the name, APAP, Association of Professional Arts Presenters.
That's right. That's when we first met.
And but you just basically sat on a stage and did stuff like that. You did a magazine. You memorized the magazine and threw out copies of it and had people just go page 87. And you would say, okay, it's an article about this, and then there's a picture of this thing over in the corner, and then there's this, a coffee stain. And we're just sitting here going, and we're trying to throw stuff at you, and it was you float. And the thing is, I think it was it was a magazine that came out that day.
That's
so
right.
At the very most, you had a few hours that you could have.
I did it on the plane. I had the Newsweek magazine with me, and I memorized it 2 days prior to the show because it was a weekly magazine that just came out. And I was on the way to New York City. And then when I was in the airport of Cincinnati, I saw the new Newsweek. I'm like, I can't do mine. Mine is last week's now. I got to do this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
On the plane over. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But it was incredibly impressive. And then I think when you did our show, we sent you a textbook.
That's right. It was a 638-page textbook. And I asked you, well, I want to do something current for the students. I want something the students can relate to. So I said, send me something that they use. And you sent me a textbook. And I received the textbook, and I said to you, okay, what chapters do you use? And you said, we use all of them. And if I remember correctly, I think it took 10 days. But I memorized the whole book. And if going to class, people would say, what's on page 438? I would say that was the Renaissance. Or there's a picture of the Prince written by Machiavelli, and I would just go into everything on each page. But that took about 10 days to do. Go ahead.
That was amazing. And actually, I think we got a video clip I want to show. This isn't you doing a textbook or a magazine. This is a list, right, that you had people give you.
Right. Well, a magazine I could have. A magazine, I could pick it that morning before. I can have a couple hours with it. Well, you got to memorize something instantly. And that's the list the best way. That's one of my favorites.
Is that a different technique? Is that a different mindset?
No, same thing. I'm taking whatever you give me and I'm going to associate it to the number.
Oh, like the page number?
If it's a magazine, it'll be the page number. If it's a list, where it's going to go in that location.
Okay. Well, can we watch this video?
Sure.
Do you need to set it up? I think it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it?
Yeah.
That guy's good looking.
Right now, I just had members of the audience throw items at me. And I looked at them as I'm writing them down. Now I'm erasing them. And as I'm erasing them,
that done already.
I'm memorizing them.
That's more than half of the list done already. Okay.
Well, how do they know if you're right then, since you've erased it? Is that a part of the trick?
That was the phone.
I passed out pads, and I had people write information as well for that reason. Because I would love for them to just take my word for it. That would be so much easier.
Yeah, exactly. We'll try that with the IRS next year when I do my taxes.
Exactly. I remember. Don't worry.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple more. That's that list. For example, name a number 1 to 25. 16. 16 is highball glass. 7? 7 was lollipop. 11 is seashells. 26 to 25, that was pixel. 13 is grass. If you look at that list, I'm going to tell you everything we didn't name. You ready? So look at that list. We didn't say 1, that was banana. We didn't say 2, book. We didn't say 3 to cigar. We didn't say 4, tiger. We didn't say 5. That was a parachute. Look at number 6 on that list. That was lawnmower. We didn't say that. We did say 7, the lollipop. 8 was the boomerang. We didn't say that. 9 was fire. We didn't say that one. If we go to number 10, that was train. We didn't say that. 11 was seashells. We did call that one off. 12 was the star. We didn't say that. 13 was the grass. We didn't say that. 14 is phone. We didn't say that one. 15 is the package. We didn't say that. Highball glass. That was number 16. We did say that one. If we go to number 17 on that list, that was bike. We didn't say that. We didn't say cavity. 19 is cactus and Jupiter for number 20. We didn't say either one of those. 21 is the wonton. We didn't say that. 22 was the hippopotamus. We didn't say that. We didn't say television. 24 was Ohio, and 25 was pixel. We didn't say that one either. Is that correct?
So that was
Wow. Wow.
After hearing it a long time.
Now, do you retain that in your memory? I did a show in off Broadway in New York with a bunch of soap opera people, and they had something what they called tissue paper memory, because you would they'd get their lines, not even full script, but just basically their scenes that morning as they went into makeup. They would commit them to some part of their memory and then go shoot the scene, and then you could ask them a minute later, what were your lines? They didn't remember. How does that vary or differ from what you do?
It's not. It's not. I can retain it for as long as I like. And there's a great comment at the bottom before I go forward. Please, if anyone does have any questions for either one of us, feel free to ask. If you do like the show, please hit like and share and subscribe, because there are a lot of great artists on Lockdown, and I want to make sure you see some more amazing talent. Like, getting back to that question, like, it's the same thing. It's all double association.
Okay. And there are some artists in lockup too, because we've had to do different things for money.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to throw something at you right now. We didn't talk about this. Can I read a list to you and have you remember it?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. I just happen to have a list here. I've got I've got 25 things on it. Is that enough? Too much? Not enough?
No, I can do it 100 or 1,000. That's totally up to you.
100,000. All right. We don't have the time. Okay. I'm going to read this list to you. Now, do you need like a visual? Like the first is bottle. So.
Okay, I'm going to say next. Well, I'll say go, and then you just go to the next one, okay?
Okay.
Normally, I would write them down. I don't want to write them down, but you just say them.
So should I say 1 bottle, 2 flower, or just list them?
Either way, whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay, 1 bottle.
Got it.
2 flower.
Got it.
3 bowling ball.
Got it.
4 dog.
Got it.
5 money.
Got it.
6 palm tree.
Palm tree. Got it.
7 clock.
Got it.
8 casino.
Oh, good one. Got it. Sure.
9 table.
Okay. Got it.
10 sailboat.
Got it.
11 elephant.
Go.
12 aeroplane.
Got it.
13 cards.
Cards. Casino 8. Got it.
14 diamond.
Go. Got it.
15 iPad.
Got it.
16 couch.
Got it.
17 sandals.
Sandals. Got it.
18 balloon.
Balloon.
A blue balloon.
Blue balloon. Got it.
19 cellular phone.
Cell phone. 19. Got it. You want a number to go with that?
Sure. Let me write it down so I don't forget. 312
Chicago. Got it.
735
Got it.
1205.
Got it. 19 cell phone. Okay, what's next?
20 television.
Okay.
21 ring.
Got it.
22 bucket.
Got it.
23 toothpaste.
Got it.
24 sock.
I wish I was a psychiatrist more than a memory expert. Got it.
25 change.
Got it.
Okay, so now you've got all 25 of these in your mind, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the cell number? What number was it? Do I need to tell you 19?
19 is a cell phone. The phone number is 312-735-1205.
Damn. Is that anybody out there? Anybody out there in the land of wherever? Let me get back on my list. 7.
7 was clock.
1.
One bottle.
Very good. 15.
iPad.
10.
Sailboat.
Damn. Okay.
I'll just call them off for you real quick. We got 1 bottle, 2 is flour, 3 is the bowling ball, 4 is the dog, 5 is the money, 6 is palm tree, 7 is the clock, 8 is casino, 9 is the table, 10 is sailboat, 11 is elephant, 12 is airplane, 13 is cards, 14 is a diamond, 15 is iPad, 16 is cow, 17 is sandals, 18 is the blue balloon, 19 is a cell phone, and the phone number was 312-735-1205. And that brings number 20. That was the television. 21 is ring. 22 is bucket. 23 is toothpaste. 24 and 25 is sock and change.
Damn good. All right. Change your socks. I wish I had an emoji of like a. Has anybody got that? No, yeah. Good evening, sir. Amazing as always. Oh, come on, somebody. Throw some money at him. Okay. Now, this is reaching back to that video.
Okay.
At the bottom of the dry erase board, I saw a binary number. I'm assuming it was a binary number and not just you scribbling.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. Okay. To be honest, you're not going to believe this. Most people don't. You gave me that phone number, 312-735-1205. To be honest, that number is easier to memorize than 110-11001. Binary numbers are so much harder to memorize than a base 2 numbers are much harder to memorize than a base 10. A lot of competitions is how many binary numbers can you memorize.
Really?
So on that one, I just had people throw out random binary numbers at me.
Wow.
In fact, there's one demonstration I'd love to do, and I'll show it to you real quick.
Okay.
And I'll explain to it how I do it. The deck is shuffled. You have anybody shuffle the deck, and then I would say 2 people. Think of a card. Now, I don't want you thinking of the same card, so one person thinks of a red card, one person thinks of a black card. And now I'm going to show you the deck and try and remember where your card is. So watch what I'm going to do. So after they see their card, they say yes, no, no problem. We don't want the jokers. And I said, "Did you see your cards?" They say yes. Then I would turn around and I would let them switch the position of their cards. So they would take out, let's say the 3 of clubs over here, and we'll switch it with the, just for argument's sake, the jack of diamonds. And my back is turned when they do this. Now, when I turn around, I take the deck back, I turn my head so I'm not looking, but you could do this with a marked deck. My deck is not marked, but this is what I would do now. Hmm. Let's go with that. And then we'll go. Now when you turn these cards over, these will be nothing but red, except their black card. And then these are nothing but black, except their red card.
Nice, very nice.
And that was double binary. What I did was I memorized a 52-digit binary number. I turned the reds to ones, blacks to zeros. And then I say, here, look, flip your card. Do you see it? And as I'm doing this, I'm memorizing them this quick.
001110100. Oh, wow.
Exactly. Then when I turn around, because someone's taking a red card and someone's taking a black card, when they transpose those cards, they're putting a 0 where the 1 is, a 1 where the 0 was. So when I sort them out, it has to work.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. I'm looking at the comments. I saw a panda zip flipper slipper over your lower right too. Is someone like sticking stuff into this? Ever comes by it?
That's our ongoing joke for the week. It's a koala, and every week you got a koala.
Okay.
Every week. So good eyes. You spotted the koala. Outstanding. Every week you see it. Not many people catch it sometimes.
Well, because I was trying to concentrate on you, and then I couldn't tell it was a koala. At first I thought it was like, is your dog over there? Is someone playing with something? It's a what? Okay, you've done a lot of stuff with numbers. With yeah, there you go. See, I saw the panda slipper. You once told me too that you had memorized pi out to how many places?
Oh wow! I don't know how many you want.
Well,
100?
Anything class 3.1415, you could be lying to me, and I'll believe you because I like you.
I'll give you 100 real quick. If anyone wants to bring it up, it's 3.14159323383793232841971693993751. That was the first 50.
Wow.
I could do 1,000.
But that's just like just remember the numbers, right? Because there's no mathematical sequence to that. There's no trick.
No, there's no trick. It's just just memory. That's when I'm bored at night waiting to fall asleep. People count sheep. I count pi.
I eat pie, so that's probably why you're smelter than I am. Okay, well, do you do in your show? And the reason why I want to talk about this is we're talking about the Rain Man show. Do you do more math sort of things in your Rain Man show?
Well, in the Rain Man show, I do talk about savants. So it's about an accumulation of savants I met. And Kim Peek was my wife and I's dear friend, and we were very close to him, as well as another savant called Elizabeth Patton. She's the birthday girl. Most savants, you tell them a day, any day, they'll tell you what day of the week it was. Any date, they'll tell you the day. But some of them do cubing. And I was so fascinated with that, it wasn't even funny. It's easy to extract a cube root, but it's so difficult to actually cube a number. But how do you do it? So I found this book. This method.
There you go.
13 Steps to Mentalism, how to cube a number. So right there, if you want to cube 62, it tells you how to do it. And I got to be honest, I think it'd be so much easier to do by brute force than doing it this way. I played with this, I couldn't do it. So I had to come up with other ways. And then I met Arthur Benjamin, and I studied Arthur Benjamin's book as well as the Trachtenberg book of Speed Mathematics. And there were much faster ways of doing it. Matter of fact, here's one segment of my cubing in my demonstrations.
Okay.
Name a two-digit number. 64. Go 64 times 64 times 64, and you're looking at 262,144. No. Yeah. Anybody else? Name a two-digit number. Two-digit number? 89. Go 89 times 89 times 89. You're looking at, hang on one second. 704,969. Anybody else? Two-digit number? 73. 73 cubed is 389,017.
So that's the cubing, Mike.
Wow. And so what is the trick? I mean, like, I know when you multiply by 13, you do like split it, put it in the middle, and then you got a thing that.
Right, like you multiply a number by 11, 41 times 11.
Okay, yeah.
There's keys to everything. With this, it's a little harder. It's much harder. It'll be a show in itself to explain. But we'll do it live. Name a two-digit number. If anybody wants to chime in and throw numbers at me, I'd be more than happy. Now, this stuff is so hard to do because I could have a calculator here. I could have my wife sitting here right now, give me information. I could have had this whole listing preset. I mean, it's hard to do this, to tell people this is real. But we'll name a two-digit number.
57.
57 times 57 times 57 is 185,193.
Wow. Somebody at home, did you actually add that up? Verify for me. 76.
76 times 76 times 76, Dave. If you look that up, that is 438,976.
Is that correct, David? No response. Must be. How do you get ready to do now? I know when you do your cheat show and that kind of stuff, that's muscle memory. That's years of you playing with cards and shoes and that kind of stuff. How do you mentally prepare to stand in front of 1,000 people and potentially look like a fool when they just throw numbers at you?
Good question. A lot of this stuff is pre-memory. I have formulas memorized. I have codes memorized. And an hour or 2 hours before the show, I find out where the show is. For example, St. Louis. We're in St. Louis, and we're at the convention center. The first thing I look for, this is going to sound crazy, it's going to sound goth, but the first thing I do is I look for cemeteries.
Why?
Because they're very serene. I can walk around for hours and just start reviewing things in my head. But most of all, if we go to the picture of me in the cemetery, it's in St. Louis. If you look at that picture right there, well, I don't know if you could read the names and dates like Delph. That cemetery is an endless supply of practice for me. I would walk around and say something like, I go, Delph. I'd memorize that name. And I would say, okay, March 22nd, 1870. That was going to be on a Tuesday. They died on May 13th, 1932. That May 13th, that was a Friday. And then I could check myself. For example, May 13th, 1932. I'm saying it's a Friday. Siri, what day of the week is May 13th, 1932?
It was Friday, May 13th, 1932.
So I could check myself. I might look at Hamburg, June 9th, 1867. That was a Sunday. And I can keep checking myself. So I could walk through the cemetery and I have an endless supply of names, dates to practice with.
Wow.
And
okay.
Good.
Do you know why there are fences around cemeteries?
Because people are dying to get in.
All right. All right. I really want to get to, why we started this conversation. We wanted to talk about, not your casino cheats, not that guy. We want to talk about the Rain Man show, your memory show, your math show. Why Rain Man?
Why Rain Man? Well, I'll tell you, I am going to do a demonstration next week because and I know I addressed it before, and this is one of the biggest things that I'm known for, is a demonstration where you take a deck of cards, you shuffle them up, you turn them over, and then you can say to me, Sal, what's left? And I'll tell you, you have 2 9s, 3 8s, 1 7, no 6s, 2 5s, 1 4, 3 3s, 1 deuce. Well, I did it for my wife. She looks at me and she says, oh my God, that's right out of the movie Rain Man. I've never seen the movie.
Really?
I went to watch the movie, and we can go to the clip. This is a clip that flipped me out right here.
Are you paying attention? Yeah. You watching that? Yeah. You seeing that, Ray? You catching that? Yeah, falling on the ground. Okay, now what do I have left?
2 jacks, 1 8, 1 king, 1 6. 2 aces, 1 10, 1 9, 1 5.
1 5. You are beautiful, man.
That was it. When I saw that scene, I'm like, oh my God, that's fantastic. So that started me off. Is there really a Rain Man? And I found that there is. His name was Kim Peek. He lived in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I said to myself, I have to meet this man. And next week I'll get into more details on how this meeting came about. But that's me. My wife is the one taking the picture. And that's Fran, Kim Peek's father. And the gentleman to my right, sitting in the center, is Kim Peek. He was the real Rain Man. And from that day on, we became very dear friends. And he was one of the biggest inspirations for my show. And because of him, I met other people. I met Elizabeth Catlin, the birthday girl. And that's when I got inspired by doing dates and math. And then I realized, my God, these people have some incredible talents. And next week, there's going to be a very special guest coming on. As a matter of fact, through them, I met Barry Morrow. And if we go to the next scene, that is Barry Morrow. He is the Oscar-winning writer of the movie. He is the one how the Rain Man movie came together. And it is one incredible, fascinating story. And next week, he will be joining us, and he'll be telling us live how everything came about. And if there are any questions for him, believe me, he's a great guy. Another one that I'm very proud to call a dear friend. And I know he'll address them. Any questions? Right there, that is one of my favorite pictures I have. That's me doing my Rain Man demonstration for Barry Morrow, who wrote the movie Rain Man. And from them, that's when the Rain Man show came together.
Very, very cool. Well, there you go. We've run way over time. But, I was told if Sal wants time, Sal gets time.
Before we do that, I saw one question come in by Ryan. I'm going to address it real quick. It has nothing to do with memory. He just asked me, what's my favorite way of beating a scramble for the casino? This is cheating. When a dealer examines a new deck, he'll examine them, make sure they're all there. Then he'll give them a riffle shuffle. And then if it's a multi-deck, he'll give them a wash or a scramble. This is called a scramble. Or they call it a pizza shuffle. Now, I want to control the card with this. I just control the ace of hearts, or I control a group of cards. But for blackjack, you just want to control one. And now you do your shuffle, and there's your ace. It was ace of diamonds, I'm sorry. And here's how I did that. The ace was on top. Right when I went into the shuffle, right there, I palmed it. I'm shuffling them, I'm washing them, and I'm keeping it in my palm. For the whole thing, I'm keeping it. Then on the last shuffle, I just throw it into this hand, so now I can show this hand empty. It's right here on top. Now I can pick it up, square them, go into the false shuffles, and now my partner has a 52% chance of winning. I cut, I burn, and my partner gets the ace for the first card.
Nice.
That's just one way of beating a scramble. Next week, not next week, but next week we're going to have strictly a Rain Man special. For the future episodes, I'll be more than happy to show you how to falsify multi-deck shuffles as well. Well, Mike, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's always fun to talk to you and watch what you do.
Oh, it's a real pleasure. And I want to
thank 4th of July, everybody.
Yes, thanks everybody for watching. Without you, I wouldn't be here. And everybody have a safe weekend. Keep safe. Keep your social distancing. Obey the rules. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you next week. It's an episode again I'm looking forward to. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. I'm Sal Piacente Artists on lockdown. Have a great night.
God bless. Where's our dancing 4th of July stuff?